Welcome back to Rippin' Lips Bass Fishing. What's up, guys? So, out here at the regular pond today, doing a different type of video than I usually do, even though I only have a few videos out right now. But doing a rod and reel review today. Might I add, a nice rod and reel review today. PLUSINNO 270, 30 to 60 gram. Hung Ying 5.2 to 1. It's a telescopic rod, travel rod. Yeah, close it down there and see what happens. It's rather long. That was the one thing I was surprised about. I had to get the carbon fiber black, they had one size available and it was 8.89 feet. I thought, a little long, but you know, so far I've been out here for maybe 15 minutes. Did a little bit of casting around with it, and I've been using a lot of micro gear. I've been using a lot of small stuff. A little 5-foot rod, 4-pound test, and while it's fun, I've been getting broken off on a lot of big bass. There's been some instances in between those two trees on that bank. I don't know if you can see it from here, but there's a stump down in there that sticks up out of the water, and I've caught a couple fish off that stump. But just the other day I was dropping a lure down in there and playing in the grass, dropping it down in between the grass, kind of playing 3 or 4 feet off the bank, right around where the stump sits, and just dangling around, just giving a little dangle, and got rocked, got crushed. I mean, 10 feet of drag went out within a split second, and pulled this fish in between those two trees, and realized I have 4-pound test, and this all happened. This story that I'm telling you happened within seconds. I had 4-pound test on it. I knew it. My drag had already buzzed out. I tightened the drag up a little bit, started reeling this fish in, and it came up in the grass. It popped up in the grass, and the only thing I saw was its head and its mouth and the lure. And I could easily have put my fist inside that fish's mouth. It was enormous. That's the only part of it I saw. And I made a split-second decision. I knew that I couldn't walk down the bank. As you can see from here, that entire bank, I was right there. I maybe could have got down right there. If you're over there and you see it from a different angle, though, the whole bank's steep. It's a good 6 feet up, and that's the closest spot that I would have been able to walk down and hand land a fish. If I got that far, though, I would have came out to the tip right there. but there's no way to wrap around 2 tall trees. So I knew that if I was going to land this fish, that I had to immediately get him up, or he's going to spit my lure, he's going to break my line. So I made it too quick of a decision and started pulling the fish up the side of the bank just a little too quick and ripped the hook right out of his mouth. Never broke the line or anything, just slipped the hook. He didn't shake, he didn't do anything. I pulled too hard. I believe there's a couple 5-pounders in here. I don't think I've caught the biggest fish in this pond yet. So I hope not. That would just let me down. If I have, don't tell me. This rod casts. It's smooth. It's a travel rod. It was built ready to go. I had to clamp the reel on. I tell you what, stringing it up is very simple. Let me show you here. So you start, it collapses all the way down to here. This comes out, extends out, some extra leverage. Little storage, whatever you need. I think too, if maybe you wanted to balance this a little bit better, it seems like it's got a lot of weight in the front. As you see, there's a balancing point. I believe that most rods kind of balance within this area. Plus, I have a lure on. But I feel like you could, if you were that particular about the balance of a rod, you could put some weight in here. However, I noticed there's a purpose behind this. They didn't just decide to put storage in there. I noticed it when I collapsed. This reliefs air, so it does. It's for its. When you close it, it's hollow in there. There's air, and then the air needs to escape. Makes it close a lot smoother when you have a back end to release the pressure off of. God, there's got to be some bass right here. It's just so hot right now. I really don't expect to catch anything today. Yeah, it's hot. It's dirty. The way I pull this lure through the water right now, I'm trying to stay off the bottom. You can see the mess. That's a good one. This thing is smooth. I gotta say, I'm impressed. I'm highly impressed. And so I scoot around in a small car, and it's not difficult to collapse a 2-piece rod and fit it in the back of the car. Some of them are. I have a couple rods that are just a little bit longer, but my smaller rods fit in there. It's a small car. It's a little teeny hatchback Scion. I'm moving around a lot, driving around to places all the time for work, and I carry my fishing gear in the car. But if I needed to carry anything else, the gear's got to go. It's like if I got to carry some tools that day, take a bucket worth of tools to a job site or something like that to do a little bit of stuff, there's canceled fishing just for that day, and I don't like that. This thing will fit into pretty much any backpack. It's tiny. I said I was going to break it down, and I never broke it down. So here, let me break it down here for you one time. It starts back here. They lock in tight. They lock in tight, secure. Of course, I'm being very generous. Hope I got all that camera. So check it. You still get your lure attached. Bring your line in. You can hook this here, or I believe just beautiful piece. You're all set. That's it. I mean, oh, one more cool feature. See this? Most rods don't have that. Break this down. Well, oh, okay, sideways. Yeah, if you wanna come back a little bit. No, let's not do it that way. We just loosen our drag up here and slide our reel here into place, and look how, I mean, that's too easy. It's too easy. You can carry that in your back pocket. And the quality, okay, that's one thing I definitely want to mention. I'm impressed, highly impressed. Like, I think if I said I want a telescopic rod to put in my car to use when I have no other option, last resort, and you would think that if you went to buy a telescopic rod, you're probably gonna get a POS, you know, or a super ultralight one that might be decent. It's that easy. That's being slow, that's being generous. I'll get used to it. Yeah, it's the second time that I've extended it. It's kind of different than a two-piece in making sure that I'm kind of OCD. I want everything lined up. That looks really good. You know that the second one up there is a little off, but that ain't gonna affect anything. But when I think telescopic rod, I don't think of high quality. You know, it's like, what are some other things that you buy that, you know, your to-go tool kit in your car, your travel kit, you know, to have some tools on hand for in case of an emergency, and then you just end up throwing them all around and cussing and screaming anyway, which is what I would assume that I would do with a telescopic rod. I'd probably get a couple casts and throw it around and cuss and scream and say, well, I wish I could carry my real rod. This is my real rod. This is what my go-to is. I'm going to fish this for a while. I like it. It's strong, stable, solid, quality, great. I'm impressed. If you guys could, if you knew and could see and experience the excitement that I've had, the fun that this has been, grabbing a camera and filming, just gotta do it.